Thank you very much. I'm James Mwaura, the CEO of KICC, representing the Cabinet Secretary, Tourism and Wildlife, Honorable Rebecca Miano. As you may know, the government technically plays the policy role and enabling role. That is a facilitative and not necessarily the active trading role. However, as a matter of facilitating and leading in the industry, you realize the government of Kenya has invested a lot in venues. You know, the Mombasa International Convention Centre is coming up, one of the biggest convention centers around the East African area. We have the KICC, which government has continuously put under a lot of strict innovations, and that has enabled us to host quite a number of global conferences. Coming to the destination Kenya as a whole, there has been a lot of policy development, allowed development and upbringing of mice. We're in the process of establishing the Convention Bureau, which principally will act as a very active enabler in international and local bidding of events. We have many other policy frameworks that have been undertaken by the Ministry of Tourism, issues to do with electronic visas, issues to do with short stay visas, issues to do with the regulation and rationalization of fee entries to national parks, which are within the ecosystem of mice. You see, mice is a business event. However, put together alongside leisure, and that's what we call leisure, it makes more sense. That allows people to undertake business events alongside leisure. Bringing the two together has become a key pillar in making sure that there is more and sustained tourism across the cycle. Remember, leisure tourism is seasonal. Business tourism is all year round. So when you combine the two, you guarantee both all year round. That is within the within the Kenyan context. Within Africa, Kenya is a very, very major participant. We are members of ICA and we are members of all those other global associations whose only responsibility is fostering mice. Yeah, so that's part of what the government is doing, among other policy frameworks that are geared towards development of mice as a sector. Just like we've said, mice sector is a subsector in tourism, the wider tourism sector. How does the government collaborate? Government does not play an active role, but leaves the actual implementation of mice business to the private sector. Among that is what you can see, the Africa Mice Summit behind me. It is literally a private sector-led initiative whose only responsibility is to bring together all players in the mice industry, from people in transport, to people in conferencing, to people in catering, to people in air travel, to people in accommodation. That is what we call mice ecosystem. So the government facilitates that. They regulate, they set standards, but equally they give incentives to make sure that there is no bottleneck around that activity. I'm looking at the team to be able to conclude the issue of operationalization of the Convention Bureau, so that we're able to leverage on that what other destinations which are making a great leap in mice have done. Thank you, and this conversation continues in the Africa Mice Summit in Mombasa, Tembo International Convention Centre. See you there.